Run number 1 done for this week, this training deload week. Training for the Great Manchester Run, and I have to say, I'm glad that it's deload week. So you've got your training volume and intensity down the side. So this axis is how hard you're training. You've got your volume and intensity down here. The higher are you up here, you're training harder. The lower you are down here, you're training not as hard. This is the weeks down the bottom. You've got week 1 of the training block down here. And then down here, you've got the end of the training block. So for me, that's week 11. You got week 2, you got week 3, you got week 4, you got week 5. So your intensity is gonna start somewhere relatively low down, somewhere around here, let's say. Then week 2, you're gonna train a little bit harder, somewhere around there. Then week 3, you might train a little bit harder. Now let's talk recovery for a second. We'll do this in the red to make this clear. So week 1, your body might recover all the way up. You might be fully recovered from that amount of training volume. But week 2, it's more intensity, there's more volume. You might not be able to recover all the way. You might be a little bit shy of the amount that you need to fully recover. So at the end of week 2, you're carrying a little bit of fatigue, which will mark in green here. So green is fatigue. You're carrying that into week 3 already. So you're carrying some fatigue in there. You can only recover so much in a given week. So then you're gonna carry a ton more fatigue into week 4. So week 4 is where I'm at right now in my training. I'm carrying in this much fatigue already coming into the week. So that's built up from week 2, it's built up from week 3. And this is where we are right now. It's not sustainable at all to keep training trajectory going up like that, because this fatigue is going to keep building and eventually we're going to get injured if we keep trying to do that. So what we need to do is on week 4 or every 4 or 5 weeks, you need to drop the intensity right back down to allow the body to pick up, to allow the body to get rid of all that fatigue and not build anything else. So by dropping the intensity right back down, you allow your body to recover effectively from this amount of intensity, but you can also get rid of the fatigue, so you're not building it up throughout the entire training block. So over the course of a training block, you're gonna have multiple of these sort of peaks and troughs in your training. These are called deload weeks right here. That's what allows you to recover effectively from your training and avoid building up too much fatigue in your training block. I hope that helped. It probably didn't. Anyway, pretty knackered today, to be honest with you. It's not like a running fatigue. It's not necessarily that. Oh, there is probably a bit of that sat in the legs, but I think it's more just work and life and just general busyness fatigue today. So I'm hoping getting out on the run might actually make me feel a little bit better. Got a little tempo run tonight, a juicy one. It's not all about running easy when you're on deload weeks. You have to reduce the intensity and reduce the volume, but you still want to keep a little bit of speed work in there. So it's not a massive sort of scary speed session. It's one that I've done, probably one harder than this a couple of weeks ago. So it's not insane. It's not pushing the boat out, but you know, it's pretty fast for me. It's cold out tonight as well, so warm-up's going to be pretty essential. I think I'm going to go with the jumper. It's cold enough for a hat. I don't think so, but I might. Do I do the gloves? 5 degrees? Yeah, I'll do gloves. I think. The sooner we get going, the sooner we're done tonight. 2K warm up. Let's get it done. Right. Straight from the warm up into the action tonight. Come on then. See what we're made of. Pick up the pace.
first one and the longest one. Done. Let's go. That last one was so good. So good. I just found a groove. I was in it, I was flying. It felt relatively easy. Probably the easiest one was that last one. And it was the fastest. Buzzing with that. That's how you want to finish your workout. Yes. Can't beat that feeling. When you know you're doing what you need to do, or even more than you need to do. But it feels easy. You're flying, you're cruising. It just feels amazing. Cannot beat that. Yes. Little 1K cool down now. And then to be honest, the rest of the week's running, it's pretty easy. This was the hardest session of the week by far. The long run this week's only 10K. So we're cruising now. That was by far the hardest thing I got to do this week. Just got this cool down to do tonight. Honestly, what a session. I'm so pleased with that. Not the hardest session I've ever done by any stretch of the imagination, but just for the way that it felt, I'm really, really pleased. I probably never run at those paces and it felt that good. That's for sure. Let's go! Yes! I'm so happy with that. To be honest, the last few days I've been talking in my head and I'm talking to other people and other people saying, you shouldn't be running every day, it's not good, it's not optimal for your training, you can't do it, you're just going to injure yourself, you're going to burn out, you can't, all this, all that. I'm doing it. And I flipping feel good about it. I get in my own head sometimes, I think, or someone will say something to me and then I'll sort of spin it in my own head and make it even worse and, sort of talk, even though I feel like I'm right going into it. If someone says something to me, I might think, are they right? And I'll massively overthink it. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm doing this training block for me and because I want to and because I want to see what happens if I train or if I run 7 times a week and strength train or try and strength train 3 times a week. I want to find out what happens to me and my body. And that's what I'm doing. That's what it's all about. I don't know what I'm going on about, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know why I've just started on about that, but yeah, sometimes you feel good after a run and you just bum and explode, don't you? I think that's what happened there. Anyway. Right. It's 12:30. Been working from home today and it's lunchtime, which means quick, out the door, easy run done, and then grab some lunch and get back to work. No time to mess around. Got an hour for lunch. There's plenty of time to get lunch eaten, made, and an easy run done, as long as I'm relatively quick about it. Neck Pegasus for all my easy runs. Some bone conduction headphones. Been using these for the last week or so. Been pretty good so far. Now this is a little bit nicer than yesterday. Oh, let's go. It's raining. It's hard to believe with the way the sun's shining, but I thought I had pins and needles in my face at first. I was like, what's that little feeling on my face? And it's raining. It's absolutely chucking it down now. This is bizarre. Session number 1 of 2 done today. Got an afternoon worth of work and then we've got an upper body strength session to do later on. So I'm just gonna get freshened up, quickly eat some lunch and then back to work for the afternoon. Whew, good session that though, I enjoyed that. Nice weather out and stuff. It's good to get out at lunch as well. freshened you up for the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I went out on the run when I did.
Another day, another dollar. And it's time to get the upper body strength session done. When I talk about deload weeks, I sort of don't include my strength training in that. I keep my strength training and my running completely separate. All of my running is handled by the Runner app that figures out everything I need to do running wise. Strength training, I write those programs myself, so I'm in control of what I do, what weights I lift, and what exercises I do. So the way I tend to do it is I offset when I deload in strength with the peaks of the running. Hang on a minute, I'll get that thing out the bin. So what we spoke about yesterday, this was all running related. This doesn't include strength training. Now these here are the peaks in my running. So that's when I run the most at the highest intensity and the most volume, right? Like we previously spoke about. They're the peaks. So to make those feel as easy as possible, those are the weeks where I want to have the strength training sort of deloading and the strength training to be the easiest as possible, right? So if I was to draw my strength training sort of volume and intensity on the same graph, it would sort of look a little bit like this. There you go. So, get this out. This line here, the blue highlighted line, this is the strength training aspect of it. So as you can see, the deload week for the strength training is during the peak week of the running training, if that makes sense. So then when I'm deloading in running, strength training is normal. This just makes those peak weeks of the running training a little bit easier because the intensity of the strength training dips down a little bit in those weeks. I hope that makes sense. So all that being said, the strength training, when we're not deloading, it's just a normal week for strength training, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I treat my running and my strength training completely separately. So yeah, upper body strength session tonight. Let's do it. Oh, what a session. Oh, I'm finished. I've had enough. Well, I'm finished anyway, but I've also had enough. Double day complete. It's a good feeling. Feels nice. Can enjoy the rest of my evening now. Have a bit of dinner, all that kind of thing. Right, okay, so the Runner app, which I use to program all of my workouts, right now, well, I knew this was coming, but it says rest day today. It's got no runs planned for today. I knew this was coming. I saw this when I built the plan. Even though I said I want to run 7 times a week, Runner is quite sensible in the way it sort of doesn't allow you to do that. It programs you a rest day. And in fact, it's programmed me 2 rest days this week. This one's a complete rest day with 0 running, 0 strength training. And then on Sunday, it's just got a strength session in there. It's got no run on Sunday. So I know deep down that's the correct thing to do and the sensible thing to do. But I want to run every single day, and I'm not doing this training block for performance as such. If I was running entirely for performance, I know there's absolutely nothing to be gained from going out there and pushing through and running when I should be recovering and resting. I get it, I know that. But I'm not doing this training block entirely for performance. So I toed and froed on it all day. I couldn't make up my mind about the distance or whether I wanted to do it at all, whether it was a good idea, bad idea, all that. And you know what? It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If I want to do something, just head out there, give it a try. I'm relatively satisfied that keeping the duration low to just 10 minutes and then stacking 2 of them together, come Saturday, I should be feeling fresh and dandy and ready to go. So, you know what, I feel like in terms of overall training effect, taking a rest day versus a 10-minute easy run, it's negligible really. There's not much in it, I wouldn't have thought. So if I want to keep the run streak going and get out there and do a 10-minute run, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm already past 5 minutes. It's time to turn around and head back. Cool. Tell you what, I could do this every day. A 10-minute run challenge. That might be a fun one. Not for a rest day, but how far can I get in 10 minutes? Definitely not rest day appropriate, but I like that idea. Garmin reckons my performance condition is at +4. Who needs a rest day? To be honest, I feel good as well. I don't feel like I need a rest day. Which, I mean, last weekend, I really felt like I needed a rest. I didn't take one then. But today, I feel great. I feel fine. Legs feel good. You know, so it almost feels like a bit of a pointless day to take one when I'm feeling as good as I felt throughout the training block so far. Anyway, that's me 10 minutes done. And my heart rate's too low. Not even an easy run heart rate. And I'm finished.